Hello viewers, welcome to Yours Lawfully. Today's video is about vandalism. Vandalism means the activity of deliberate destruction or defacement of a private or a public property. The damage to the property is done with a willful, mischievous or malicious intention. Vandalism does not just mean the small degree crimes like painting in another's property, egging someone else's car, breaking someone's windows, defacing public property with graffiti or any other art, or knocking down the road signs. But it goes further to include even the large scale property damaging crimes such as torching the buses during protests, breaking the cars or other vehicles, and even burning of trains. They are done on the pretext of protests, bunds, hartels, and the like. One of the well-known real-life examples of this large-scale vandalism is the arson of Hathras railway station, where the mob torched 5 coaches of the Delhi-bound Mahananda Express to press their need to know about the scheduled stops of the express trains. Around 3,000 passengers were hastened to exit the train by the police, because of which 30 policemen were injured. The laws that deal with vandalism are Prevention of Damage to Public Property Act 1984 and Criminal Mischief, which is provided in sections 425 to 440 of the Indian Penal Code. The Act stipulates about the punishment that will be awarded to the vandals with respect to different types of properties that they damage, along with the directions that has to be adopted by the authorities to assess the damage and also the duties of the police and administration in such caused vandalism. Punishments vary from 6 months to 10 years depending on the degree of the grave nature of the defacement of the property. Whereas in the Indian Penal Code, mischief is said to be caused by the offender when he intends to cause a damage to a public or a private property and so damages the property or harms it in any way so that its value is diminished. However, the vandals are hardly punished due to the lack of evidence. Hence, for this, the Supreme Court has directed some guidelines to fill in the gaps left by these laws. In the case of in re destruction of public and private properties versus state of Andhra Pradesh and others, 2 directions by the Supreme Court were established. One was that the prosecution must prove that the damage to the property took place in a direct action and the accused was involved in that direct action. Also, the burden of proof first lies with the offender, which means that the court has the power to blame the offender that he destructed the property unless and until he refutes that presumption. Second is that the offender will be strictly liable to pay the compensation to make good of the damage that he caused. Despite holding the vandal liable and extracting damages from him, the High Courts are also directed suo motu power to set up a machinery to investigate the damages caused by the vandals and impose them costs for the destruction of property by them. Also, now in this growing era, new forms of vandalism called cyber vandalism are rising, which is nothing but the damage or defacement of a digital content in the virtual form. Vandals in the cyber vandalism may deface a website, insert bugs in another system, which may destroy any files, or remove any data which causes any damages. Let's defend ourselves from these attacks and rely upon law to safeguard our properties from the vandals and extract compensation from them. Stay safe, stay healthy. Sincerely, yours lawfully. Thank you.